What's up, YouTube? Let's play some more Run 8. It is once again Monday. The weekend is gone. The Tyson-Paul fight is over with. Who watched that? Spur watched it. I absolutely watched it. I'll be honest. Apart from having to fight with Netflix every 5 minutes, I kind of enjoyed it, especially the undercard fights. I thought were pretty good. I'm not like a huge boxing guy, so I don't watch it a whole lot, but I do watch it from time to time. Goyat Nunes was good. Barrios Ramos, Taylor Serrano. That was a really good one. Those girls beat the hell out of each other. In fact, my daughters watched that fight with me. And that was the first time I think they'd ever watched a boxing match. And when Serrano turned around, like she got, they said it was an intentional headbutt. I think it was accidental, but I mean, you don't know for sure. But either way, she got laid open, and then I guess she got hit, and it got laid open even more till it was like that, right? Like her whole dang eyebrow was just like hanging open, and my daughters were sitting there going like, oh my god, like they're like, oh my gosh, she's cut. I was like, yeah, she's cut bad. Either way, I enjoyed it. I guess I'm just weird that way. I enjoyed it. Did Tyson-Paul go the way I expected? Yeah, 100%. I totally, I was not surprised by that finish one bit. Is it the finish I hoped for? No, it wasn't the finish I'd hoped for. I wanted to see Mike go in there one last time and knock that dude out in the first round, but this didn't happen. Mike's 58. He's older. Obviously, he's had some health issues, recent health issues. He's wearing that knee brace too. He didn't look good on his feet. He didn't look nearly as good as he did in his practice. And Paul, he's an amateur. I mean, I don't care what you say. He's an amateur. He's still an amateur boxer. He hadn't really fought much of anyone. So, I don't know. I think maybe he's got a little talent, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Boxers are coming out of the woodwork for that. They're coming out of the woodwork challenging him. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, we're back in Run 8. We're gonna go down the Ocilla Spur. I think that's going to be our plan. We're going to go down. We got 2 cuts to work here in Fitzgerald. We're once again working the A726. We've been working down here for a while now. I think the other cut's going to be more for a live stream. We will be live streaming tomorrow. We're going to be doing some more Railroader action. In fact, I worked on Railroader like crazy all weekend and finally opened up the branch to Robinson Gap, the coal mine. So we're going to get started on that. Probably have us a locomotive purchase. Might get our very first diesel out of that. We may take out some loans. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. So definitely catch that. I know other people have been asking, when are you going to stream, Spur? What's your stream plans? I think, honestly, right now, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's not set in stone. That's by no means set in stone, but I think that's the way it's going to go for now. Ultimately, I think I'd like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I think just starting out with baby steps, it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday. So Tuesday will be Railroader, and Thursday might be Run 8 or something like that. So this is the big cut right here. Yeah, that's the big cut. We're not going to take it. We're going to take this little cut right here down the Ocilla Spur. We haven't been down the Ocilla Spur. You don't see anything about Ocilla in the game. So that's what we're going to do. We've got 3 places to work, so not too bad. A little bit to pick up. Yeah, a little bit to pick up out there, but that's weird. His fans are completely different than these fans. This is like the later phase 3 Q fans that they had, and those are like the traditional flat tops. It's hard to say what kind of GP42s these are. Yeah, they're kind of a mix mash, honestly. They're riding on the Blomberg Bs, so these are the older Blomberg trucks. Definitely is true for the Chessie units because they all had trade-in trucks. They all rode on Blomberg Bs. I think except for the very last order of GP42s that they got may have been on the M. They had a lot of the phase 3 features on it. As far as Conrail, I don't know what they rode on. But these aren't factory delivered trucks. These are the Blomberg B trucks. So these would come off like GP7s and GP9s, F units, that sort of thing. But it kind of seems like a little bit of a mix mash, maybe, as far as the trucks and stuff. Like I said, it's perfect for a chassis unit, that's for sure. Okay, we're lined all the way out. Let's come on around, and we'll head in this track. Yeah, we'll dip in that track there and grab our cut, and then head south, and we'll have to run around it, and then we'll work our way back out. This is what we're going to do. I think that's the best plan. But yeah, playing Railroader all weekend has kind of got me jacked up as far as like keyboard commands now. I'm trying to run this game like Railroader. To be honest. All right, let's go. Back them on up. Yeah, we're going to get into some dieselization on Railroader. I'm looking at SW1 for the paper mill. We may take out a loan and get something else. I'm kind of thinking about another big Emma. I don't know. I don't know. I got to get some of the mods, right? I want to get that U30B mod. I want to get the F units. I don't want to get the GP38s just yet. I want to go with some of the older stuff. Like I think there's an RS1 mod. I kind of looked over the weekend to see what there was. So yeah, I want to start out with some of the older stuff before we dive into like the GP38s. The GP38s are really nice. I think they're probably the best mod out of all of them, but I want to start out with the older stuff. Okay, let's get this guy up here coupled up. Nice little cut here. They had some cars here before that they're all plastic pellet hoppers. That's not a plastic pellet place. I don't know what they do there. It looks like they take a lot of carbon black hoppers and that sort of thing, so. Gotta slow down a little bit here. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's go in between here. Pick him up. He's open. Let's do partial on this guy. It's probably unlaced the whole entire way. Yes, it is. Let's just shift F7 this bad boy and get it fixed that way. And I think we're good on the bottom. We're not going to take any OT. We're going to take flag. There's our flag. Nice. And I think we're good and ready to go, guys. Let's hop in. Let's get our windows open. Get our parking brake released. Get our brakes right. There we go. All right, I think we're good. Let's get out of here. Let's head south. We'll have to get down here and get us a light real quick, and then we'll go off on the Ocilla Spur. It's just a branch. It comes off the main up here. I don't know much about it. I don't know hardly anything about it, honestly, like real life or in game. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know much about the history of it or anything. So I can't tell you much, but either way, it's pretty cool in game. It's just like your own little railroad out there. It's not too far. It's just a few miles. Keep heading that way. We got us a cut here to pick up southbound. I need to start spawning in some southbound trains. We may do that on another video, just spawn some southbound traffic and kind of, I don't even know if we'll run it. We may just AI it and kind of dispatch it and that sort of thing, and just kind of work on the railroad as a whole versus focusing on one thing. Might work out pretty good, but yeah, we need something. We need a 541 to head south. Or we could do the 724, 723. It's just going to take us a hot minute to get around to picking that up because we'll have to run. That I do want to run. If we do the 723, 724, we'll run it the whole way. A little bit of a grade right here. A little bit of a downhill. 0.2% down, not too bad. Someone was asking about getting the new California DLC. Yeah, I definitely want to get that too. Go up to, what is it, Modesto? I definitely want to look at that. I just need to sit down and do it. It's been kind of a busy weekend. Kind of a busy weekend. All right, we'll have to get this switch down here, come out on the siding. She's wanting to run a little bit. All those carbon black hoppers back there are all loaded. We need some more local power in game, and I'm talking 4-axle stuff. And you know, I was thinking the other day about what could we have, what would be nice. Honestly, I think a GP30 would be really nice. I know a lot of people will be like, what? That thing's old as hell. Why a GP30? I'll tell you why a GP30. You could get a lot of bang for your buck out of a GP30. You know, on the southeast side, they were around for a good while. Definitely on CSX, you know, straight GP30s, GP30Ms, whatever they did to those things to make them the M. I guess they had upgraded electronics or something like that. And then they stuck around as road mates. So, I mean, you could see them around for a good while. Then you could see them on the road mates, that sort of thing. And, you know, Santa Fe rebuilt their GP30s into GP30Us, and those things were on locals forever. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, East Coast, West Coast, you could kind of get a little bang for your buck out of them, you know. You could come up with a road mate set for CSX, right? Or you could do the GP30Ms or even some straight GP30s as well, too. And 50 bazillion different predecessor schemes. You know, family lines, Louisville, Nashville, Seaboard Coastline, all the bazillion different actual CSX schemes that there were, you know, Stealth and the Blue Gray, and I don't know if any GP30s made it into the Yellow Nose scheme. I know they did as road mates, but I'm talking about like a GP30M or whatever. And like I said, Santa Fe had their GP30Us. All right, let's ease down here. We're just going to self-dispatch. We'll talk to a dispatcher. Get us a light. Got to hold up a second here too. Hold up a second. Let's go back here to the back. We need to see if we can get this switch back. Yeah, we get that back. No, we can't actually. We're not out yet. We didn't even go through. Yeah, I was thinking there was another. All right, I had a complete and total brain fart. I was thinking we were on the siding, but we're not on the siding. We're coming on to the siding. All right, let's go ahead and go. We'll get that back in a second. Yeah, there we go. We got us a medium clear out of the siding. Let's clear this switch. We'll protect the crossing here. Get cussed out. Get yelled at. Let's see. Let's go. There you go. So we can see how fast we're going. Or is he gonna knock that light down before we get this switch? Yeah, we got a few cars. Nothing too bad. This is a decent local. Nice. I love that doll arm. That's really cool. People all the time ask, what does it mean? It means that there's a track that intervenes between the signal and the track governed by the signal. So the track that intervenes is the siding here. It is governed by the dwarf at the bottom. This one, the high mast, is governing the main line, and of course the doll arm is telling you that. Just a little bit further. You may fit. Gonna be close. All right, that'll do right there. 726. All right, let's get this light back, or get this signal back. I can't talk today, guys. What is my problem? Get this switch back. Man, I've got lights and signals and everything else. Like, I was really worried that I was going to knock that down and we'd have to ask the dispatcher for another light, right? Like, he might get a little bit aggravated by it, even though it's us doing it. He'll be like, hey, dispatcher, we need yet another light. We knocked that one down. Now we need another one. Shove them back. Pick up the conductor. At least save him a little walking here. Sometimes the local, you could work on a switch, like on a power switch, right? Like a signal power switch. And if you were having to go back and forth a lot between the siding and the main, let's say you're sorting your train or something, you're going back and forth, setting cars over. You could always ask the dispatcher for permission, put that switch in hand throw, and then you would give you the siding in the main, and then you could go past it as much as you want, right? Like, you could work in between it a lot and it not be a problem. All right, that's good right here. All right, let's catch up. And we didn't knock that signal down, so we can go in and take it. People at the crossing gonna be pissed, but they'll get over it. They'll absolutely get over it. All right, let's head to the Ocilla Spur. So we got to go through town a little bit here. What are we running with today as far as horns? RS3L. Nice. Yeah, some more local power would definitely be nice. West Coast side, being SF, you could have the one of the bazillion GP39 variants that they had, the GP39Es, Bs, M's. Like, what else did they have? They had a ton of those things, and they had the GP30Us. GP39s are mostly, I think a lot of those were rebuilt GP35s. Santa Fe had a ton of GP35s. They GP35s weren't the greatest locomotives. Like, they're known for like having a lot of electrical gremlins in them, lots and lots of electrical problems, that sort of thing. And Santa Fe, they stuck it out, man. They kept, like, they rebuilt the locomotives until they were better. What they basically did, you know, they're like, we'll just make it a better locomotive. Santa Fe was pretty resourceful. Like, they did a lot of home-built stuff, freight cars. They did a lot of home-built freight cars, and rebuilt a lot of locomotives. All right, that looks like the Ocilla Spur right up here. Slowing down a little bit so we can stop for that switch and grab it. So I think our grade's starting to bottom out a little bit here. you're gonna lose your bumper, dude. I think he did. I think he just lost his bumper. All right, we'll ease up here. So we're going to go down the Ocilla Spur just a little ways to a runaround track, and then we'll run around, and then we'll work the place that's at the end of the spur. And like I said, and you come back north. That'll be fine right here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to release. Best set for a minute. Yeah, I was just going to let go of the air since we're sitting there and the locomotive brakes would hold us. Alright, now we can go. Actually, we're still in dynamic. Spur is just not with it today, guys. I'm telling you, like, I am just not with it. Alright, there we go. Let's pull by. We got that one crossing there we need to protect. I'm going to assume this is 10 mile an hour spur. I have to pull out my timetable and look at it, but maybe 10, maybe 20. We might do 15, save ourselves a little time. I think we're going to clear that switch about the time we get up here to this crossing. Let's just check it right here. Did we get it? Yeah, we did. Nice. Okay, that worked out. All right, let's get our switch back. I got what we got here. Got some railguns. Yeah, it's pretty decent local. This isn't bad. Honestly, could have done this with one locomotive. We could have split them and just taken one. All right, let's get out of here. All right, gates down, crossing's clear. So our grade is here. I got a few crossings out here. I didn't think we had that many, but evidently we do. Railroad put trespassing signs on everything nowadays. So far, a nice little branch. Just sleepy railroading. So that switch back there, that would absolutely, like anything on the main, it's going to be electric lock switch. And, you know, you would line it back to the main and lock it, and you would just call it the dispatcher and be like, yeah, we're locked up in the clear on the Ocilla Spur. We'll let you know we're ready to come out. Yeah, there's way more crossings out here than what I thought there'd be. Yeah, this is a job that I thought for so long was a yard job, but I guess I was just wrong. I guess I just remembered it wrong. Sometimes that happens after 20 plus years. I just don't ever remember hearing these guys down there, honestly. Like, I remember hearing yard jobs out and about, but I'm probably confusing those with other yard jobs that we heard. It's a little bit of an up and down here. Yeah, it's hard to say. We had a lot of yard jobs that were out and about, a lot of Y101s. All right, so our runaround should be right up here. No, I take that back. This is, that's the scrap place. So yeah, we go down here, run around, and work back north. All our switches will be trailing point, so it works out perfect. Needs to be rougher though. Needs to be like jointed rail, like rocking side to side, bouncing you around. I think that's going to be it for a bit as far as crossings. Yeah, this would be great if we had the jointed rail sound effect and exaggerated rocking. I don't think it'd be nearly as bad as that video that's so well known of the train going over the really bumpy, like rough track somewhere. I think it's in Ohio, maybe. Like crazy rough track. Just using the independent, not getting too crazy with it. We're over 10 mile an hour, but you can get away with the independent if you work it right. Just feather it on and off. That's a little bit of a downhill here. Luckily in game, we don't have to worry about locking the wheels up and getting flat spots. It's not a thing. Okay, so this is going to be our runaround track here. I'm not sure the capacity of it. It should hold us. If it doesn't hold us, we're going to be in trouble. This should hold us though. Dealership out here. So we're just about at the end of the line. There's a little bit past this that we have to switch. So we'll run around our train and shove down there to that and then switch that and then work our way back north. The only other place we got to switch back north is the scrap metal place. Oh, sorry, line for us. Okay. Yeah, someone left it. Someone left it lying to the siding. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave it on the main. May have messed up here. Yeah. We can get down and throw it. Get up on it? No, we didn't. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, I'd rather take our engines through the siding than train, so we'll just do that. What's this next? Line for the siding too. Yeah, just a little bit further. That'll do. We clear up? Yeah, we did. I don't think we had a lot of room though. Yeah, I don't think we had much room at all. Coming up on this switch like this makes me remember going into Atlanta one time. I was called off the extra board to take a recrew into Atlanta, which happened all the time. Like Fitzgerald crews didn't have to recrew, even though they ran like the Atlanta to Fitzgerald was their district. They didn't have to recrew north of Fitzgerald. So just like we didn't have to recrew south of Fitzgerald to Waycross, they did it. So we kind of, I guess, I don't know, kind of did each other a solid. In that respect, I guess. I was just looking down here real fast, see what she looks like. Let's just fly. Yeah, just barely. Just barely. Yeah, you can't take much down here. Otherwise, you're gonna have to shove. So anyway, I was called off the extra board. My engineer was called off the extra board. And we're going into the yard. We had to go into the receiving yard. And I'm trying to remember there's a few switches on the south end. I think it was the switch that came. There's this track that came in going into the R yard called the slide, and it was called the slide because it was over 2%. So the L&M main kind of went over we're coming in on the coastline side, right? And we go in a tunnel under the L&M main, and then you kind of swing around to the left and you go into the receiving yard. And to get from the L&M main down into the receiving yard was the slide, right? And there was a switch at the bottom of it where we could throw it either for us or for them. And this was like the first time I'd ever worked with this engineer, I think. Oh, I don't remember working with him before, but he's a young guy. And we're heading into the receiving yard. We're coming up on that switch, and I saw it was against us, right? And I told him, I was like, look, we gotta stop so I can get this switch up here. He's like, no, we don't. It's a run-through switch. I was like, no, it's not. It's not a run-through switch. I gotta get it. He was like, yeah, it absolutely is a run-through switch. And I was like, no, it's not. It is not a run-through switch. He's like, I'm telling you, damn it, it is a run-through switch. And we get up there, guess what? It wasn't a run-through switch. And he shot it, and we stopped with our lead trucks like up in the switch point. So we didn't run through it. But we stopped with our trucks up in the switch points, and when I got off to throw it, when I got off the engine to throw the switch, like I couldn't even unlatch it. Like I had to stand off to the side of it and like stomp on the latch as hard as I could. And as soon as I stomped on it, the switch was like, bing, like it had so much tension on it. And we got it thrown, and then we went on about our business and yarded our train. But yeah, he kind of wanted to argue about it. I'm like, dude, it's not a run through. I should have pulled the brake myself. Like looking back on that, I should have pulled the brake myself. That kind of would have taught a little bit of a lesson, right? Like, you know, but being the new guy, you know, new guys don't know it, you know, jack about anything supposedly. So yeah, you kind of ran into that from time to time. It wasn't very often, but you did run into that from time to time. But all right, let's set this guy as the lead, and let's get our light. We'll go ahead and swap ends here. All right, what kind of horn? We can't have that. We gotta have the RS, the king of all. There we go. That'll work. Why is the PCS open? I turned it out. That's weird. Why is the PCS open? I have zero clue why it's open, but you know what? We'll shift F7 it. That's odd. Like, I closed the angle cock. Everything is turned out. Like, why? Why did it do that? So, yeah, for the most part, I got along with everyone I work with. Honestly, like, Spurs is about as easygoing as they come. You know, I don't get excited or torqued about much of anything, but yeah, you don't always get along with everyone, you know, and it can make for some long miserable trips when you're riding with someone you don't like. And it did happen from time to time. It was rare. It was rare. Most everyone I work with, I love working with, except for a few select guys. Some guys were just straight up assholes. Like, they really just were. Honestly, like, they really just were, you know. Believe it or not, like it seemed like it was a lot of the younger guys. I don't remember having any problems with like the old heads. Like, I remember working with one old head one night on a big local, and I was asking for a little feedback, and like he didn't want to give me feedback. He's like, "Your train, you do it how you see fit." I was like, you know, I don't mind like a little, like if you know a better way to do this, let me know. He's like, nope, your train, you do it the way you see fit. And I was like, okay. Try to get that switch back behind us. But it's funny talking about that switch in Atlanta. We had another switch in the yard in Birmingham down towards the bowl coming off the main. Used to go down there on 592 all the time. Like that was the regular 592 routine, was to go down to the bowl behind the by the bowl. And you have a BN cut on the head end, so you take the BN cut and they'd say pull your BN cut into one tail, grab two tail, make a train saw, and take it down to the fire plug. So basically what they're saying is take your BN cut, put it in the tail tracks that come off the bowl, put it in one tail. They're going to have an Asheville cut sitting in two tail, grab it, shove it back to your train, couple up, get everything together, get your air right, and then go down to this place called the fire plug where a fuel truck could get to you and fuel you up, and then you'd recrew down there. We were down there and doing that whole deal one night, and it was one of the switches that came off the main, and like I threw it, but I couldn't get it to latch for nothing. Like it would stop like that far from catching, and I would stand on that thing and jump and do everything that I could to try to get that switch to like catch and latch and lock, and it just wouldn't do it. And I'm working with it, and the engineer's like, what's going on? And I said, I can't get this switch to lock to save my life, dude. Like, I'm bouncing on this thing. I didn't say it over the radio, but like, I was like, I am bouncing on this thing. I can't get to the lock. He's like, okay, let me let the tower know. So he calls up the tower. He said, yeah, it's 592 down here. We can't get this switch, whatever switch it was that I was trying to work with. We can't get it to lock. Then they're like, yeah, we'll send the train master out there in a minute. I was like, oh, great. Like, don't go inviting trouble, right? Don't go inviting trouble. And so the train master came out there. He was actually really cool about it. And it took both of us. He's like, get on here with me on the arm, you know, the lever for the switch. He's like, get on here too. We both stood on it about, which was actually a no-no, right? You weren't supposed to do that. He's like, don't tell anyone we did this, but we finally got it to catch. And he's like, yeah, this thing's been run through a couple of times. He's like, I'm not surprised. I was like, well, this sure is a pain in you know what to throw. Like, we can't get it to lock. Let's jump, get our flag here. Something is just being weird about this session today. Like, things just are being odd. I don't know why. All right, let's open this side. Did I close the end down here? Because I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Let's close him. There we go. Let's open it up. There we go. Now brake pipe's coming up. So it rests away. All right, we're good to go. Now we can get on the bottom, protect the shove. And we're going to go all the way down. That's a little further out than I thought it was, but we'll go all the way down here and we're going to work this place. Oh, we got a bunch of nuns. We got some nuns here. More nuns. Yeah, we're not taking all those. We'll just get the ones that are tagged and get them out of here. I'll deal with the other ones later. I haven't really been down here sorting that stuff out. The other end here. Come on, catch up. Now we're good. All right, let's go. We're not counting all this off, but you would. You give them car counts like 726, 720. But yeah, that's some of the stuff you run out there. You know, you run across on the railroad. I remember having to switch one day. It was a electric lock switch coming off the main. And when I put my foot on it, I knew it had some tension on it, but it didn't feel like a lot. And I guess when I unlocked it, I was reaching for it at the same time to throw it. I don't know really how I did this, but like I guess I was reaching down at the same time as I was stepping on it to grab it, and it had like a hell of a lot more pressure on it than what I thought it did, and it automatically like flew up like this, right? And caught my hand, like got me right in the palm of the hand with the end of the lever, and that did hurt like no damn tomorrow. I never reported an injury, but doggone that hurt. Like that hurt bad. Getting whacked in the palm with that thing. Tight handbrakes were always a pain too. Especially on pulpwood racks, because a lot of them didn't have the release. To release the brake, you just had to wind it on and wind it off. And if it was wound on really tight and then they shot the brakes or, you know, cut loose from it, it would be super, super tight. They gave us those, like, they just started using those brake sticks. Only ever used one, and I tore it up first go. I tore it up on a tight handbrake trying to get it off. Yeah, I tore it up first go. Hopefully they're better quality than they were back then. All right, let's watch her crossing up here. So we just ease up here to it. Make sure it's clear. Can't really tell because the trees right across is clear. Keep shoving. We gotta get up here and grab this switch anyway. So we'll just pull that cut out. We'll set it over, and then we'll shove these back in and be pretty cut and dry. There you go. That'll do. All right, let's hop down. Switch. We'll go ahead and get ourselves right with this switch too. We're down here on this one. We can tell them start easing on back. Couple of cars so we can get moving. Get on the engineer side so he can see us. Well, left a comment to ask how I got up on the train. You just hit up 11. What I hit. Just got to catch it right. You got to be really close. I really feel like that distance needs to be increased. All right, that'll do right here. All right, hop down. Let's let go of our train. We got to get this one right. Grab this one and F7. Yeah, this place is called Modern Dispersions. All right, is he good? There we go. Now he is. You think you can go in your settings and change that somewhere? Yeah, brake. So right now it's doing air and air hoses and angle cocks. You don't have to, like, you can uncheck air if you don't want to do that. It don't matter to me. Do it either way. All right, that looks good. Let's let go of this guy. Back to our trade. There's E-zone back about 2-2 coupling. Yeah, I dig these carbon black cars. These are really nice. All right, half car. Yeah, that'll do. Right, open that guy. Sweet. All right, 726 into clear. Let's take him ahead. She might have handbrakes on it. There we go. Not quite sure how many cars this is. Maybe 3 or 4. 2. 3. Oh, 3, okay. Had to get all up in it to catch up. All right, let's take him to the switch. All right, so we'll set these over, shove those back into a spot, then we're good to go. I don't know anything about this place. I can imagine a place like this could potentially be kind of complex as far as like how you spot and where you put cars and that sort of thing. Let's ease them down right here. Like I said, plastic pellet hoppers are always the worst. At least all the places I went to. It's like they, you know, they take different grades of plastic pellets. I don't know if they were like different different types of plastic or different size pellets or what, but like you would have to put certain cars on certain spots. You just couldn't just shove them in there however, right? You'd have to put like this car goes here, this car goes here, and then you add in, you know, okay, this car is empty, but these that are bracketing it are full, so you'd have to dig the one out and set it over and put one in its place and then shove them back, and like it was kind of a headache. It really just was. It could be a headache working with plastic pellets. Not all places are like. Some of them were cut and dry. There's a place called CKS we used to work up in Atlanta. I don't even really remember them taking a bunch of cars, like 1 or 2 cars at the most maybe, and you just shoved them in there and spotted up. Like, I guess they only took one type of plastic. I think they did milk jugs or something like that there. All right, let's close you. Open the coupler. All right, let's take him ahead. All right, 726 up in the clear. Let's take him ahead. Take him to the switch. So yeah, not all plastic pellet places were like it, but the big places were. The ones that took like lots of cars, they could be a pain. All right, that'll do 726. All right, 726 switches line and clear. Let's shove back about 8. Right on the outside this time. I don't like riding in between the cars like that. Especially in an industry tracks. Industrial tracks, if something were to happen to a car you're riding comes off the rails, goes into the other one, you're screwed. All right, let's make about 3 more 726. Yeah, that's a bad car count. One more one. There, that'll do right here, 726. I don't know if these are going to fit. I should have rode the bottom. What do we got down here? We got, okay. Yeah, we got room. Okay. I don't know how they do this. I guess they'd pull them through. Like, we may just cut them off right here, honestly. Because it looks like the way it's set up in game, like this is some kind of unloading trough. So they would pull them through and just have the empties on the other side, maybe. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I have no clue, but I think that looks like that might be a good spot as long as we're in the clear up here. They could do it the other way, right? Like we could just shove them all through and they could pull them back towards us. Like it just depends on the place. We'll leave these here as long as it's not fouling. Yeah, it is fouling. Okay, never mind. Let's shove these. We'll just do it the other way. We'll let them figure it out. We'll let the plant figure it out. It's their headache. All right, one more one. All right, that'll do right here. Get our handbrake. Pull the pin. Catch up. Oh, catch up. I'd be standing right on top of it. Yeah, that needs to be made. Like, we need to have some more leeway on that, I think. Just a little bit. Alright, take my head up in the clear. All right, 2 more, 2. One more. Man, it stopped on a dime, right? Half car. All right, that'll do right here. We may honestly break this up. This is already getting into an hour. Get our switch. All right, let's bring one back to a coupling here. Next place we gotta work is this JMF place, this state car. I don't know what they do. There, half car, half. 20 feet. 5 feet. That'll do. Alright, let's get them connected. Partial, knock that handbrake off. Open it up, rest away. What just busted on us? Oh, never mind. Why is it not charging? Like, this thing is being so weird. That's open. That's open. Like, it should work. It should totally work. I don't understand why these aren't working. Alright, well, we'll shift F7 it. I don't know what's going on with that. Sometimes the air acts really weird. I don't understand why. Like, it's never wanting to come down. Never wanting to charge. Now we're good. All right, everything's opened up good. Yeah. All right, let's hop back on board. I figure out if I'm having lunch with Mrs. Spur today. She hasn't said anything about it. Send her a quick message and see what's going on with that. If we had too many cars to use that runaround, we would have had to shove down in here all the way. Our next place should be just right up here. Yeah, it's just right off the end of the runaround. A little bit of a grade right here. Yeah, 0.74 is pretty legit. Yeah, I think we'll just stop right here. Because there ain't nothing quick about the railroad. We can go in there and look, though. We'll see what we got. All right, yeah, I am. We're on for lunch with Mrs. Spur. So yeah, I'm going to see about wrapping this up right here. All right, let's go look and see what we got up in here. I think this place was tore down. Like, I don't think it's here anymore in real life. It was back in the day, but yeah, we do. We got 2 to pull, 1 to spot on that, and all these to pull. That's a lot, man. That's just I don't know. I may rework this. That's a lot to pull, I think, for this place. Unless it's like a GE where we went in there every night and gave them 16 and pulled 16. Like, it's not unheard of, but I just think that's kind of a lot for this. So I may go in and tweak this in the editor. Yeah, there should be a car on every door, or at least one of. That's the thing. I've gone to some huge warehouses in Atlanta, like massive warehouses, and they'd have like one car. You know, they'd have like 10 or 20 dock doors and have like one car. You know, I think of a place called Saddle Creek that I went to up there once. The only time I think I ever went to that place. We took them a car of wine. It was in a BNSF, one of those like insulated wine or beer cars for the BNSF, you know, so the old Santa Fe car. I think we took one in there. Maybe I did it by myself one night, but yeah, the place was huge. It was massive, and they had one box sitting in there. It just goes to show, like, just because it's some kind of huge plant doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing a whole lot, you know. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Love all of you, and we'll catch you for a live stream tomorrow. Peace. No, big cat, no. Oh no, no, kitty. Oh, that's a miss.